We're back in the woods. I've not been in the woods for a little while, but happy Monday. It's bank holiday Monday. I mean, every day's a bank holiday to me, to be fair, so it doesn't make much difference. Just the banks are shut and the little bastard children have got a day off school. Apart from that, it's business as usual. Groundhog Day, you know. If I wasn't choosing the Great British Truman Show, I was going to choose Great British Groundhog Day, because that's kind of what it is, what life is at the moment. But anyway, it's funny, when you study the gang stalkers, study the perps, the creeps, the deviants, it's quite interesting to kind of learn about them, and the ones that they've put in the house around me, I kind of listen. I listen to what's going on, you know. I don't overly listen, you know. I don't go out of my way to listen. It's just that they happen to put things within earshot that I hear, and it all kicked off at the weekend between a couple of them. And it's funny because there's one of them that's always in the middle. She's a fucking shit-stirring little attention seeker. And I hear her, you know, she goes between them, and she'll go to one and slag them off and say that they're doing this to her, and they're saying this to her and telling her that she can't do this and she can't do that. And then when that one goes back to their room, you know, she'll go to another one and she'll be all friendly with them, and she'll be spending time in their room, and she'll be slagging off another one, you know. And then when she's not in that one's room, she'll be going down to another one and being all friendly with her. And then when she's not there, you know, she'll be slagging her off to all the rest of them. And it's funny, you know, that she likes to kind of make herself out to be this poor little vulnerable me who's got poor mental health, you know. But really, you can see her in the background. I can see it. She's a nasty little cow. She's a nasty little shit-stirring bastard. Like I said, she just goes between them all, you know, and they're that fucking stupid that they believe it, you know. It's funny. So it all kicked off at the weekend, and it all equates back to her, because, you know, they'll go to her and they'll say different things, you know. This person's doing this, it's annoying me, and she'll agree with them. Yeah, I can't stand them either. And then, like I say, as soon as that person's out of the room, she'll go to the person that she was slagging off 10 minutes ago, and she'll be their best friend, and she'll be slagging off the one that she was talking to 10 minutes ago, you know. It's very, very fucking, you know, just really sly, horrible behaviour. She's a sly little madam. It's worrying that there's people like that around us, but it's also quite entertaining. I find it quite funny, you know. I listen to her and I think, you're going to get your arse kicked one day. It's funny, it really is. But yeah, all kicked off at the weekend. Lots of handbags at dawn, you know. Lots of slamming of doors and shouting of names. It's probably didn't kick off. It's probably all a little bit of theatre for my benefit, to try and put me on edge or something. I don't fucking know. Like I say, I kind of pay attention from a distance, but I take everything with a pinch of salt with these people, because, as you all know yourselves, they're, you know, pathological liars. That's who they recruit. They recruit pathological liars. They're people with, they're heartless people with just hate-filled, no empathy, and they love the drama. Oh, Mick, I love the drama, Mick. They love the drama. There has to be something going on in their shitty little lives, and they love it. They love it when it kicks off. They thrive on that shit. And they can't get it from me, you know. One of them tries to talk to me about all the other retards that live there, and I tell them repeatedly, I think I told them clearly last time, but I've told them a number of times, I am not fucking interested. I'm not interested in their shit. I don't care about whatever bullshit it is that you want to try and feed me about these cunts. I'm not interested, you know. So I listen from a distance, and I find it all very entertaining, you know. It's funny because the little bitches called the police a number of times on people that have come round, and again, it's probably all just street theatre. I'm not buying into it being what it's sold as, but coming round and threatening to kick her cunt in, basically, you know, which is what she needs. She needs a good fucking kicking, shit-stirring little bastard. But she's always quick to phone her friends at the police station, you know, the people who she's working for ultimately, But it's funny, it was kicking off over the weekend, and she didn't phone the police this time, you know. She didn't phone the police. Don't phone the police on your fellow gang stalkers. That must be the first rule of gang stalking club. We don't phone the police on our fellow stalkers. So yeah, it's all very entertaining. But, you know, as Lou Armstrong, is it Lou Armstrong? I don't know if that's the name. In Perfect Day, the song Perfect Day. You're going to reap just what you sow. Reap, reap, reap. Let's hope they fucking reap it soon. Apart from that, it's all quiet on the Western Front. Turned my comments off because I don't I have to overhear enough bullshit, you know. I have to overhear enough bullshit, and it's okay. It's okay. For the majority of the time, it doesn't really bother me, but I just kind of switch off. But I mean, when it's coming to you in your comments, and I don't know, anyone who makes any videos on YouTube, there's a creator studio, and you go into that to see your analytics and your comments and things, you know. And if you go to comments, there'll be published comments, and then there's a drop down box, and you can go to comments that are held, and you have to, these are ones that need you to approve them before they get published on your page, and it's usually because they've got swearing in them or something, you know. But yeah, something very interesting happened with the held comments, and I thought, yeah, fuck this shit, you know. So it's been going on for a while, and I just, you know, I try not to let things bother me. I try and keep a pretty positive outlook. I try and just kind of focus on myself. I don't, like I said, I don't get involved in any of the drama around me. I don't talk to any of the drama-filled cunts around me. I don't, you know, I don't involve myself in anything really. I just try and take care of myself. I exercise, I eat right, I read lots of books. I try and limit the time that I spend online. I give myself, you know, a certain amount of time per day. But I don't become overly obsessed with it. I try and keep myself as busy as possible. But you know, there's always people that want to try and kind of bring you down, and I try and remain as positive as I can. And I don't need that. And if it means that I need to turn off comments completely so that I don't have to read them, then that's just the route that I'm going to go down. You know, it's self-preservation at the end of the day. It's a shame because, you know, there's a couple of people that I like reading their comments, but you know, hopefully one day but definitely one of them I would really love to meet, because she's very, very smart, and I think I could learn a lot from her, you know. Yeah, and I'd like to show her my working out of her things that she sent me to see if I've worked them out properly. But hopefully, you know, I don't want to say God willing. It sounds a bit, you know, like I'm a godly type, and I'm not going to give off the impression of that. Look at this. Yeah, but you know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and I'll see her one day. I'll get to meet her one day and be in her company, and I really hope that's the case, and another person as well, although they don't live exactly in this country. I'd love to meet him as well, but you know, hopefully I'll still be able to be in touch. I'll be able to be in touch with these people outside of the comments. That would be nice, but if not, it's okay as well. I completely understand as far as the trust in anyone goes. I get it. I do, but yeah, I don't need to read that. Like I said, my positivity is all that I've got left, and I know that they slowly want to squeeze and take everything from me, like, you know, putting all this shit-filled drama around me. But it's not going to happen. I keep myself kind of cut off from it as much as possible. I kind of rise. I tend to rise above it. So if it means that, you know, I need to not read the comments, rather than, you know, it's easy for people to say just ignore them. It's easy to say that, but you know, they're still I'm giving them a platform, aren't I, by allowing them to continue to do it. So I'd rather just cut them off completely and go, fuck yous, you know. I'm not going to go down the drama-filled route of naming people, you know. But it kind of became apparent to me a while ago in another TI who also doesn't have their comments enabled. It warned me about one of them, and and I listened. I did listen, and I had a gut feeling anyway. But yeah, I mean, you need to find out these things for yourself sometimes. Yeah, that's all I'll say. But you know, you can tell the people who are true. It comes out eventually. Everything comes out in the wash eventually. You know, it all comes to light, doesn't it? At the end of the day, you just have to look at other people and the things that they post online, and you think to yourself, if this person is truly in a similar situation to me, would I be posting these things? And when the answer is continuously no, then you need to start asking yourself some other questions about what their motivations are, you know. And yeah, I mean, you don't owe anybody anything, so you certainly shouldn't feel guilty about, you know, cutting people off or ghosting anyone, or just ignoring people, grey rocking them. I don't feel at all guilty about that. The gang stalkers tried to make me feel guilty about that when my targeting went overt, you know, that I'd ghosted people, that I'd just cut people off and hadn't spoke to them again. And what, you know, and what? That's the way that I decide how to deal with things. It's nobody else's business, but yeah, that's kind of by the by, isn't it? They try and make you feel shamed and guilty about anything, but you know, as you all know from the drama that they seek and that they cause with their little hateful hearts, it shouldn't pay any attention to what it is that they think about anything. A nice fog lights on and a nice clear day. I don't pay any attention to what any of these dumb fucks think about the decisions that I make in life. I make decisions for me that are best for me, and I'm not bothered with the bluebells. I'm not bothered about hurting anyone's feelings, I'm afraid. There's only a couple of people in this world that I love and that I care about, and yeah, and I'm kind of past hurting their feelings, so I've no ability to hurt their feelings anymore, so anyone else can fucking bite me. Anyway, on that note, take care. God bless. Lots of love. Bye bye.